Proceed, Honorable Otiende Amolo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to express support generally for the bill. The idea of the Regional Development Authority coming in one bill is generally a good idea. In fact, Mr. Speaker, the case has been made to consolidate many more bodies, some of which do things that are the same and they replicate each other. I think we need to rationalize the number of public bodies we have generally in this country. While doing it, Mr. Speaker, consolidation is a good thing, but one of the things we must look at is not to make these places preserves of political failures. Those who have failed in politics, then they are taken there not to help development, but as a brooding ground, as a holding ground, waiting for the next election cycle. So some of them, instead of focusing on regional development, they politic day in, day out. That is something we need to check on as we are reconstituting these boards. I support the idea of reducing the number of board members. Indeed, it doesn't even have to be the 9. It can even be reduced further, because experience has shown that the leaner the board, the less the opportunity for corruption and the more the efficient the board is. So that is something to consider. Mr. Speaker, as we are doing that, I hope that they will be able to resolve some outstanding issues. For example, and the consultation here is rather loud. Mr. Speaker, the consultation here is rather loud, though valid.
Please take your seat, Honorable Member.
Thank you.
Mr.
Speaker, there are some of these regional bodies, regional development bodies that have been unable to resolve certain issues. And a case in point is the Lake Basin Development Authority with what's called the Lake Basin Development Mall that has now taken almost 20 years. Almost 20 years, and we are unable to resolve it because successive boards and managers are not interested in resolving it. They are only interested in seeing what other opportunities they can get. I really hope that as we are going this way, we will be able to resolve these outstanding matters. Mr. Speaker, two more things. There's one thing Honorable Baya has said which I am in agreement with, although he was confusing me, because he starts by saying he supports the bill. Then he says at the third reading he's going to persuade the House to drop the idea of supporting the bill so that all these tasks can go to the counties. So he's probating and reprobating. The Honorable Owen Baya must decide where he stands, especially as the deputy leader of majority. You must consult and know which bill you are supporting, which one you are opposing, because you confuse us. We don't even know whether you are speaking as the deputy majority leader or the member for Kilifi. And sometimes now we wonder what to do with you. But having said that, the idea of rationalizing the tasks and functions of these regional bodies vis-a-vis the functions of counties is a legitimate one. And that is something that must be focused on. However, the Honorable Owen Baya has always spoken to this thing of coast being run by coastarians. All these resources that these regional bodies are dealing with, they are not regional resources, they are national resources. Even if it's Lake Victoria, it's not a resource for Nyanza, it's a resource for Kenya. Even if it's the coast, it's a resource for Kenya. So let us not tribalize and regionalize even things that can be national. What we must bear in mind is that these regional bodies are being funded by the taxpayer from the entire country. These regional bodies are supposed to do functions consistent with the Constitution, and the Constitution requires diversity and balancing. We must ensure there is diversity and balancing and merit, so that ultimately, if a man from Tarakaniti, like the Honorable Murugara, can be the best leader in Coast Development Authority, why not? If it is possible. If you, Owen Baya, turns out to be the best MD that Lake Victoria can ever have, why not? Provided you do what it fits. We cannot be amending the laws to make our situation and ethnicization worse when we should be endeavoring to be one nation state. Now, Mr. Speaker, I support the bill. I denounce this Owen Baya regionalization agenda, I suggest that we pass the bill as it is. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members in the Speaker's Gallery. Order, Honorable Baya. Honorable members in the Speaker's Gallery is St. Francis Girls Mangu, Gatundu North Constituency, Kiambu. Do you have any member of Kiambu region to just welcome the girls? Let me give to Senior Counsel that opportunity to welcome the girls in the house.
Thank you very much.